What do you mean you don't want to disturb me? You just yanked me away from my friends. Oh, now, I'm going to take good care of you from here on out, all right? Take it easy, take it easy. Hello, friends. So today we're going to be doing something a little bit different than the last video that I showed you about thinning tomatoes or thinning plants altogether. In the last video, if you didn't see that video, I'll try to put a link down in the description. I mentioned that you can also separate some of your seedlings. That's exactly what I'm going to be doing. So I have plants like this basil here that I want as many of these plants as possible because these are going to be going all throughout my tomato plants for not only companion planting, but for culinary use as well. There's a few different things to consider when doing this, and that is going to be, okay, if we take our basil, with this, I'm going to be separating each plant, okay? There's one plant right there. I'm going to be separating each plant to get the most of it. So with something like English thyme, you know, English thyme doesn't really have to be separated like that. I guess I could probably take and separate this into like 2 clumps and plant each one. With plants like thyme, you can just leave it as a bunch like that though as well. All right. Now, if we go on to something like lavender, lavender is a plant that I will want to separate each one because the more lavender, really, the better for us. Because we have our fruit tree guilds that there's always lavender in our fruit tree guilds. We use it for dozens of reasons, and this Munstead English is one of the medicinal varieties. Same with rosemary. We use a ton of rosemary, not only cooking, but we use it in all of our tree guilds. Okay, this is a wonderful member of the tree guild. And if you're interested in learning more about tree guilds, just let us know and we can do a video about that. Okay, so I'm going to separate all of these as well. See, in this cell we have 3 different plants. For something like oregano, I'm most likely just going to plant this whole bunch right here. Okay, I'm going to pop it out, and I'll probably just transplant this whole thing. Jalapeno, same thing. We're going to separate each one because I didn't plant a lot of jalapeno this season. We also have lemon balm. With lemon balm, these are also pretty bushy like this. Lemon balm gets really big and it spreads as well. I might just leave this as a whole. Just plant that. If you look at this, it'd be kind of hard to try to separate it. This is one of those herbs that you can either pop it in half or just plant this whole thing. There's a lot in here that are going to be going straight into our tree guilds, and then plants like the basil are going to be going with our tomatoes. I'll just do a couple of them for you first. All right, so I'm using the same coco coir, and don't forget them holes. All right, and very simple, you guys. Just fill this up, and that's it. Here in Zone 7A, Northeast Tennessee, it's a very good idea to wait until Mother's Day to put your plants out because we still have that danger of some frost. Before you start, give these a nice watering like this and wait until the bubbles stop. So this is going to fully hydrate your plants before you transplant them. This reduces shock. This just gets them nice and ready for their new home. Let's be honest, with rosemary this young, I'm not going to be harvesting from it this season. I'll be harvesting from it next season when it's bigger. And these are so tiny that I'm going to transplant these so I can have a more established plant before I put it in the ground, okay? So, note to self, I started these the 13th of March. I will start these earlier next season, all right? So, herbs and peppers, you want to start pretty early, okay? Because those take a while. We're going to go ahead and show this rosemary first. So, here we have 2 rosemary plants. So, what I'm going to do, you can see them right there, right? So what I'm going to do is very carefully go in between and very carefully, you don't want to rip and tear real quick, just kind of tease them a little bit. Separate them like that, okay? Here's my 2 plants now. And with these, you know, opposite from the tomatoes, you want to match your where your soil is when you put them in. Okay, plop it right in there, firm it down a little bit, and there you go. Now, let's try something a little more bushy, like this Greek oregano here. What I'm going to do here is I'm just going to crack it in half. I'll loosen some of these down here first. Some of this root boundness. So I'm just going to very gently like that, okay? That was a little bit rough, but they're gonna be fine. I got faith in these little guys right here. Okay? That's it for the oregano. Alright, well, in between tasks, my alarm just went off. For what? For what? We're hardening off our tomatoes now, so let's go take a look at how they're doing. Every day, I increase it by 2 hours. First day, 2 hours out, they go right back in under the lights. Second day, 4 hours. Third day, which I'm on right now, guess, can you guess it? 6 hours. So 2 hours a day for about a week. I timed it just perfectly for Mother's Day so that when these are done hardening off, I can put them right on the ground after Mother's Day. All right. So we just take each tray in, put it back under the lights. I wonder if I can do this with one hand. No, I don't think I'll even try to do that. Now that we're all back in, you see how high the lights are? We're going to go back over here and try not to drop the shop light on the plant. And we'll just quickly lower them like this. You can buy the fancy grow lights if you want that just have a little, you just pull the string and it'll naturally go down. But I found a little bit of a cheaper way, and that is this. So go ahead and do the other side. There we go. That's done. They're going to seem like they're doing just fine outside. This is how we harden them off and just gradually get them ready for nature. Just try to find patience in this process. Might seem to you like a total pain in the ass, and sometimes to me it is, because I just got taken from another job to come back and do this, but that only took me, how long did that take me? That took me a few minutes. Okay, that's it.